Welcome to Barry Charles Harness, your one-stop shop for everything harness racing. How's everyone doing out there? I hope you had a great week. Let's talk about the great racing from last week as we look at the passing of one of the great horses in Australasia, Elsu. We'll look at Elsu's big race, the Hunter Cup victory. Have a look at some of the news headlines from New Zealand and Australian harness. Have a recap of the big races from last week. And then recap my tips and my tips for the week ahead on Thursday, Friday and Saturday. Let's get to it. First off, it was sad to see the great horse, Elsu, passed away at the age of 23 at Alabar stud. Elsu had knee problems in his racing career, which cut it short, unfortunately. But Elsu was still very good, winning 27 of his 47 starts, earning over $2 million. Within those 11 Group 1s, there was 2 Auckland Cups. But what was in the memory banks for everyone was the Hunter Cup victory, which was his greatest of all. Let's have a look at the tape right now and see the Elsu performance of the great race, the Hunter Cup. So let's have a look at the Hunter Cup when Elsu showed one of the best performances of his career. See Mr. DG galloped, he's out the back door already. Elsu was slow, he's right at the back of the field there. Nearly got a bit of a check there, he's just inside the screen. As you can see, young Rufus jumping up forward. Let's skip forward to there. So here comes Elsu around them. Tracked up by another Kiwi, Oscar Wilde. Then Harnet's Creek and Mr. DG tacks on. Inside the 1200. Lead time 1:55. First quarter 29.2. Young Rufus is running. He led 2 meters. So Elsu's out 3 wide here. And the Hunter Cup. Moving up 3 to go. The second quarter. And watch the last 800 here. So galloping in Harnet's Creek got checked at the back here. Took him virtually out of the race. Elsu moves up to third, 3 wide. The warp drive behind the leader. Young Rufus in front here, but Elsu's out 3 wide. 3 deep has cover, and then came Howard Bromack from Hex's Denver Gold Blue Gum Forest. Let's watch the great Elsu come home in the Hunter Cup. Young Rufus 1.5 meters in front. The Falcon strikes right there. Hexus is called on. Then the warp drive. Awaiting the express post lane from Oscar Wilde and flashing red. Up to the turn, young Rufus led. Here comes Elsu though. Elsu swept up. Coming in after him, flashing red. But Elsu, look at this from Elsu. From young Rufus. Then flashing red, the warp drive. But it's Elsu in front of flashing red. Oh, he's got to be the best horse in the Southern Hemisphere. What a run, the Kiwi champ. Elsu's won the Hunter Cup, and what a win. One of the best ever. Elsu beat flashing red. How good was that? Way too good. Elsu was so dominant for a period there. A very, very good horse. When it went to stud, unfortunately for Elsu, only managed, didn't really get any champions out of it. But managed to still get 529 winners, making over 22 million. With his better horses with God Forbid, 12 wins, Stormy Sirocco, 11 Amrals, best ever 7, and same with Miss Elsie. So no superstars, unfortunately. But had a great career. Salute to you, old chap. And I thought seeing that great performance from the Hunter Cup would jog back some other memories from other races. Let's have a look at 2 performances. One from Lazarus in the Fremantle Cup, when sitting 3 wide for the journey. And then the greatest win of all for me, Inky Lord, 1989 New Zealand Cup. Roll the tape.
The Fremantle Pacing Cup. Lazarus has got away well with Chicago Bull, but Battle's Fire holds the inside early as expected. Ultimate Machete showing good speed. They didn't look to be going hard in that first 150 metres. And Devendra straight onto the back of Battle's Fire really. Voldentin's back in the centre. Chicago Bull is 3 wide at the front of the field, and he's pressing forward now, Hall Jr. And Rasmussen looks like taking the trail here on Ultimate Machete, and Lazarus is off 3 wide, continuing on. The bucket list 3 3 back the inside of Chicago Bull gets outside of Beddoes Fire, and further back in the field, racing midfield at the moment is My Hard Copy. Down on the inside and bailed away behind the Motu Premier is fourth from last. Ahoka Punter is third last on the outside. Second last Galactic Star, and last of all Soho Tribeca. So Lazarus is doing a tough out 3 wide. Beddoes Fire in front. Chicago Bull holding the breeze. Now Purdon about to release the brake on Lazarus. He races up. Chicago Bull runs up outside of Beddoes Fire, who's still holding the inside. 3 wide is Lazarus. He's trying to get into the 1-1 in front of this Ultimate Machete. He was just about able to do it, but Rasmussen actually punched through in the middle there. And Lazarus, he's still out 3 wide. Down on the inside is Devendra. And then came the bucket list. 3 back along the inside from Vogue and Volton 10. Currently racing 1-2. Lazarus in 29 seconds. Coming around the bend. Beddoes Fire is leading 1.5 meters. Chicago Bull running second. Lazarus 3 wide the journey. Devendra down on the insides had a great run. And then Ultimate Machete back in the middle. 3 wide. My Hard Copy, the dual pacing cup winner, is coming into the race very nicely indeed. On its back, Soho Tribeca, the bucket list inside, Volton 10, Motu Premier, Ahoka Punter, and last of all is Galactic Star, 29, and then 29.8. Lazarus is going to have to be Mount Eden to win as they go into the back, and Beddoes Far in front of Chicago Bull. He gets closer now. He's only a metre away, the little fellow. He's about to level up. Lazarus is still there, 3 wide, 2 metres away. Devendra over on the inside, then Ultimate Machete, and further back My Hard Copy. He's about to pull out 4 deep as they come off the back. 28.5 the next quarter. Chicago Bull has raced up, hit the front from Beddoes Fire. Lazarus, he's still there, 3 wide. My Hard Copy, he's about to peel out 4 deep, and then Devendra, who's desperate for a run around the turn though. Chicago Bull in front. Down the outside is Lazarus, and My Hard Copy is running home very strongly. My Hard Copy, a boil over, races up. Lazarus fights. My Hard Copy, Lazarus, My Hard Copy. My Hard Copy has won. Lazarus absolutely enormous. 3 wide the entire journey and has just got beaten in a photo finish. Unbelievable performance. Third Chicago Bull.
Down the back of the cup, and Kylie's Hero by a neck from Vulcan Lady. Here's a big attack coming from Starship. 4 wide round Gina Rosa. On the fence behind them, Debbie's Boy. They were followed behind those then by Bowl, Sharp, Inky Lord getting into a traffic jam over on the outside. Gaelic Skipper and the challengers coming thick and fast wide around. There we've got Dylan Dean and Luxury Liner trying to get around, and Laser Lad is following it. Debbie's Boy broke up, and as they race round the bend, Kylie's Hero's going pretty well for Morris McKinley, the champion driver, and it's Kylie's Hero turning first. Skips away by a length and a half now from Gina Rosa, Starship, Bowl, Sharp,
down the outside, Inky Lord.
Kylie's Hero in front, 100 to go.
The biggest one I've ever seen is Inky Lord. Look at this, right down the outside of the New Zealand Cup.
Run. Inky Lord on the outside, and Dylan Dean and Bolshoi.
Lazarus was outstanding in defeat in that performance in the against WA's best. And Inky Lord, well, literally came from the clouds to win the unwinnable New Zealand Cup after getting checked. Not that we saw it, but was getting checked at around the 500 metre mark. Huge win. Held up a horses going backwards. Let's have a look at some news around the traps. Hayden Cullen goes it alone after a brief stint with Stephen Telfer at a property adjacent to Ken Barron's. I think everyone understood that Purdon and Rasmussen, when he was there, under Cullen, the horses didn't seem to run as well for him. So that doesn't mean he's not a bad trainer, but this will be a good test for him to see how he goes it alone and see how good a trainer he really is. So good luck to you, sir. Act Now, having his first public trial yesterday, on Tuesday, getting himself ready for some racing. But Queensland, yes, everything's firing up. Speak the truth, getting it done. But he has a bigger step to take here against Leap of Fame, and Can't Find a Better Man, who went very good as well. It's going to be a big Rising Sun event. I will talk about my tips shortly for that race. Blacksadance, showing he's not without hope in the big races to come up with if he gets a good draw. Turning up, bouncing back, good to see from his disappointing performance before. The Mighty Conqueror was very good, getting his first win at Gloucester Park over 1730 metres in a very small field, and he just got there in the end. So let's recap all the racing across the last week, from Auckland to Annington and across the ditch over the Thursday, Friday, Saturday period. I'll be back shortly with more. Let's watch all the videos and see how you thought about the races.
3 with Southern Cross Partners go, and
So
they're
we're
all
off in the
down
main
and
pace
pacing
of
in the early
Auckland
stages
on
here.
Tuesday night.
The first on the journey, Brookie's Jaffa from Crusader. Now Magic
Rough and
4
ready. I thought he would have gone a bit from the
made
back. Was a bit
good beginning
not
in
quick
his
from
first stand start to his
Magic
outside
4
Hooray
was a
Henry.
little bit slow. Montana
Good early
DJ
speed here,
at the
4
back
to
there
5
in the
lengths
very
away
purple colours.
Montana DJ, and they'll follow them by New
But
York
nothing
Minute
much to report early
and
on
Rough
in this
and Ready.
race.
So Crusader
Four
featuring
and
Brookie's
Montana
Jaffa
DJ.
back on the
Let's have a look at
inside.
this
They're
finish.
followed by Magic 4. A slid down the back in 29.9. Back over on the inside.
Here
Then to Rough and
comes
Ready's all
Magic
dressed up,
4
nowhere to
from
go.
the John Dunn
Here's
colours here.
Montana DJ
And
getting into the
Montana
race on
DJ
the
looks
back
the
of
winner,
Magic
20 for
4.
home.
And then New York Minute, top of the lane they are. Crusader
Angles
a
out.
length and a half.
Looks
Here's
home and
Magic
home for
4.
mine.
Montana DJ down the outside. Then Brookie's Jaffa, Hooray
But he
Henry,
just battled.
and New York Minute. Magic 4 goes to the lead. Brookie's Jaffa up the passing
Brookie
lane.
Jaffa was nearly
Magic
an
4
upset
and
of the day.
Brookie's Jaffa for the Winter Cup. Brookie's Jaffa, Magic 4, they hit it. Oh, it's a Magic 4 and nose over Brookie's Jaffa in the Winter Cup.
So Magic
Thrilling
4
finish though. They were followed by
Magic
Montana
4 got it
DJ,
done.
New York Minute,
But disappointing
then
with
Crusader
Montana.
Rough.
So let's
Fast
look
away,
at the
Idle
feature
Stewart
pace.
here. The Bloss was away neutrally the inside, out of my way, pressing forward quickly at the start. Kink away fourth, and then test the boundaries from Royal Dell. Balabasin 5 lengths away to the Dominator, and 3 behind it to Time Up the Hill, who's trotting very well in the early stages and made quite easy work of the 35 metres. Working out of the straight, fresh up Idle Stewart here, the leader. She looks happy to relent the top 2 out of my way. Then came Royal Dell from the Dominator, taking off from the back is Time Up the Hill. 120 was the lead time, so that's sedated up for this grade of horse. It's out to my way in front. A length and a half clear of Idle Stewart here, and Time Up the Hill improving mid-race 3 wide.
But he had
Test the
other
boundaries,
ideas. He
taking
goes,
cover on
let's
its
go.
back as Time Up the Hill goes up for a nibble at the lead, and Katie Cox is going to take the mare right onto the lead. 4 back on the inside is the Bloss, and then
She
came
got the lead quite
Balabasin
easily
from
there.
Kink for dominates by 2 lengths on out of my way. 2.5 away,
Up the
driven
hill,
up
really
Idle
put the-
Stewart here.
put the foot down
Balabasin
at the
comes 3
400.
wide outside of Test the Boundaries, and then came the Bloss from
Balabasin
Royal
was
Dell,
left
but
a
she's
little
got them all off
flat-footed.
the bit here. Time Up the Hill, 300 metres to go. 29.7 the third quarter. Out of my way, trying to go with her.
Some people
Balabasin
probably
runs on
thought they were gonna
outside of
come back
Idle
to.
Stewart here. It's Time Up the Hill, the leader, now shaken up, and she responds. She's 2 lengths
no,
clear
it's
from out of
all
my
Time Up
way.
the Hill in
Then
this one.
came Balabasin, the Bloss running on from Idle Stewart here. Time Up the Hill, she's 2.5 clear. She's just too good for them. Time Up the Hill, Katie Cox goes to 101 and beats
the
home
Bloss
out of
won
my
for the
way.
inside.
Third in the Bloss, and fourth across was Balabasin. Then Idle Stewart here, Royal Dell,
too
the
good Time Up
Dominator.
the-
Test the-
They're off and pacing. Favourite got the first call. Don Hugo fast away, trying to head off Moresco. Burns Bay landing
So Don
third.
Hugo was
Paravani
out quickly.
deeper. Class to the max is
Sending
down
out
on the
Moresco
inside.
here.
Brian 29.3 down the Trump Bloodstock back straight. Out in front, showing the way. It's the favourite Don Hugo.
watch Don Hugo here. He
6
lets
metres,
him rip, and
Heston
off he goes.
Zoolander, he's tired. He's dropping out. Class to the max is about to shake loose. Sprinting up deeper, Burns Bay. Zenzina's down on the inside. Paravani, Brian Christopher, Mo Sislak. Third quarter, 28.5. The favourite has exploded away, Don Hugo. At the top of the lane, he's out in front. Margin is at least 15 metres. Moresco, class to the max. They battle out second and third. Zenzina gets to fourth, then Burns Bay. But it's all the favourite, Don Hugo,
This
racing
was
away,
huge,
and he
Don
is going
Hugo.
to score
Bolted
as he
him.
likes. At the
That's
line,
too good at
Don
Albion
Hugo
Park.
all wrapped up. Won by 20
Mighty
metres.
Conqueror leads away
So Mighty
early
Conqueror
on.
got
Long
out
Reach Bay is on its
easily,
back faster than
and
Dad
there was
goes
no
up.
pressure, to be
Out a
honest,
little
to
bit
start this
wider.
race.
Mighty's back
And let's see what
behind
happens.
the
So
Mighty
nothing much
Conqueror
happened in the
leads
race. It
right
just
away
stayed
now
in the
with
control
Petronas Star
till
giving
now.
chase. Long
As
Reach
Petronas
Bay's
Star
battling on
angles
the
out here.
inside, then Babyface at her,
And Mighty
and also
Conqueror,
faster than Dad back to
is
the
he going to hold on
inside
here?
as they straighten up though.
Because
and
really
Mighty
it was a
Conqueror
walk in the
clear
park for him.
from Petronas Bay running second, and then came on the inside Long Reach Bay faster than
Well,
Dad's
Mighty
trying to
Conqueror
sneak
does
home
hold
and get
on,
into
but
third with
Petronas Star does
Babyface
get
out
to
of
him
it.
late.
Mighty Conqueror's in front of Petronas Star, and
Lucky it
Mighty
wasn't much
Conqueror won by
longer.
3 metres to Petronas
But he
Star.
got it done.
6
Well
metres
done,
away
Mighty
faster
Conqueror.
Away
than
and the
Dad.
light flashes
This
green.
was
They're
just
racing.
Typo was out quick.
Typo
A
began
lot quicker
quickly,
than I
so
thought he
did
would.
my
He's not
ultimate
a
Ronnie
superstar
Elder Orlando and
sprinter.
on the
speedster
outside
in New
of Spirit
Zealand,
of
so it was
St.
quite
Louis. They
surprising
were
he got
followed
that
by
good.
Romney just in behind as
But the first
Ultimate
surprise to
Ronnie
my
goes
Ultimate
clear.
Ronnie was the leader
Up on
here.
the
I thought
inside,
Ultimate Orlando
Sahara
would have got to the
Sirocco,
lead.
followed by Major Jealous,
So
Canina
that was the
Provlima
biggest
and
shock at the
Sicario.
start of
And
this
dropping
race.
out to be last on that Turner approach again. That's now being put under pressure.
So from the
Typo
600 here,
third,
we've got
Spirit
my
of
Ultimate
St.
Ronnie in the
Louis is
lead.
poised to pounce.
Typo ready
And
to
then
rock and
came
roll on the
Romney,
trail.
followed by Major
Ultimate
Jealous,
Orlando's just
Sahara
battling on the
Sirocco,
outside,
the
and
Black
here comes
Prince,
Spirit
Canina
of St.
Provlima and
Louis.
Sicario still last. He's
Comes
about
out
to
to
up
the
the ante
outside.
here hard as they come
And
for
the rest
home.
are
And
just
my
battling,
Ultimate
to be
Ronnie,
honest.
Spirit of St. Louis out and running. 27.5 the quarter. They flattened in and the sprint goes on. My Ultimate Ronnie out after it in hot pursuit now with Spirit of St. Louis. Back to the inside. Typo sees a gap on the outside. Spirit of St. Louis. Typo's driving through. Spirit of St. Louis. My Ultimate Ronnie's still there. Going to the leader. Spirit of St. Louis. Typo's trying its hard out in second spot but won't get there. And Spirit of St. Louis wins again. Beats Typo. They were followed by My Ultimate Ronnie, Canina Provlima, and then came Romney, the Black Springs into the back straight. Ready, race 5. And the green light's on. They're off and racing. Coming out well, Beach Life, Ultimate Vinny's out wider, and Mighty Flying Art still right there as well. Mighty Flying Art at the moment is keeping out Beach Life. Ultimate Vinny's 3 deep into the first turn, and Yankee Gold's even wider. It's 4 wide, trying to slot in. In behind them, dropping easy battler, Crime Rider shaken up, and where's the Gold last off the back straight. 28.3 for the third quarter. Under pressure, it's on the inside, Mighty Flying Art. Yankee Gold under pressure. Beach Life moves up 3 deep. Karkina We needs a run. Wider, Let's Rock, Let's Rolls, let down into the straight. It's Mighty Flying Art, Beach Life. Karkina We, Joni, Let's Rock, Let's Roll. And wider, Where's the Gold's come from last with a big run. It's Let's Rock, Let's Roll. Where's the Gold trying to get it? Joni in, flashing through late. Let's Rock, Let's Roll in front. Oh, I think Let's Rock, Let's Roll. It might have just won it from either Where's the Gold, who was a huge run, and Joni in, flashing through. Karkina number 7, the green light's on, and they're racing.
was going to go straight to the lead.
got away off the gate very comfortably,
But I don't
very
think
quickly,
more Avita was going to
very
trail. I thought
easily
he
in
might be
leads, and
3D.
they sort themselves out in record time. I don't think I've ever seen a field single out an Indian file as quickly as they did then. Straight, it's MacDan, 5 metres and more Avita.
And there really wasn't much happening the whole way. They're staying in Indian file till now.
28.5, and
But
MacDan to the final
MacDan let it down.
nicely clear of Amore Avita as Like a
More
Wildfire
Avita had
gets
his
to the
chance.
outside, and they're well clear of Better Isolate as they turn for home. MacDan shaken up 5 metres. The mare Amore Avita sticks to her task, and then Like a Wildfire. But it's MacDan in front of
too
Amore
good.
Avita, and it's MacDan who goes all the way. Amore Avita runs
MacDan
second.
and Amore Avita
Third
was a good
Like a
run.
Wildfire.
And this race was a shock start here. I thought Mr. McLaren will lead for ease here, but Narano flew to the lead here. Can't find a better man, gets a nice 1-1 Savili.
And he scoots clear. Mr. McLaren out for a retake move, and he's
Mr.
pushing
McLaren
on.
pushes
He works
back,
around the outside of Narano
knowing
and
that
retakes the lead.
he wants to
So
be in the
out
lead
front,
and have his
Mr.
best chance of
McLaren,
winning the
Narano
race.
second. Our action man racing
And
third.
back in the field, can't find a better man.
Kanye Crusaders down on the inside, can't find a better man.
Here comes the
Governor
run
Jujon
from
deep,
Governor
he's allowed to
Jujon.
stride forward.
Nothing
Our
much
action
happened
man can't find a
till
better
now,
man.
and this is when
Yet to
Can't
be
Find a
called
Better
on
Man
next
comes out
Chevron
and says,
Second
let's
last
go
in
boy.
Montana. Kanye
I'm ready to
Crusaders
take on
at
the big
tail.
boys.
They're flying off the back
And he
now
had
with
to
four
really
to
in
make
this
it
race,
left
he
to
had to
run.
win
Leader
and
is
prove he
Mr.
was ready to
McLaren,
rock and
third
roll.
split, 27-3.
And Mr. McLaren
Look
went
at
a
that big
quick
quality
for
face
third
of
quarter,
Can't Find a Better
27-3,
Man. He charges
but
up
Can't
towards
Find
the
a Better
leader.
Man.
Right
Look at
behind
this.
them, Narano. He looks to be loaded with pace. Dropping off Governor Jujon. And then our action man.
Can't Find a Better Man. Absolutely huge here.
Tackled by Can't Find a Better Man. Narano gets to the inside, but Can't Find a Better Man powers on by, and he said
Big
for an
one.
easy victory. Impressive. Can't Find a Better Man beating Mr. McLaren. Narano.
It all heats up here really.
Here's the light. They're off and pacing.
Turn it up
Turn it
in
up,
the
got
Breakfast
the
Kid
first
Hotel
ball,
pace.
flies off the arm, and he's going to race over from the wide gate and lead easily into the first turn. Turn it
Major
up.
Meister tried to get
Races
past
now with an early
Blacksadance,
margin
but
of
what she
6
did.
metres. Kingmaker moves up on the outside. Major Meister third.
I Cast No Shadow
Blacksadance, he's
only
fourth.
just
He's
helped
down on
3
the
deep, could
inside.
have been 4 deep.
Hot and treacherous. I Cast No Shadow. Bondi Lockdown. Next Majestic Cruiser. Big
Here comes
Wheels,
Hot and
Colt
treacherous
31.
around him, our
He goes
park,
back to the tail.
which I thought was an
3.3 lead
interesting
time.
move,
First quarter,
because he
26 and 5. 5, Turn It Up. Holding shows the way. Moving up on the outside, Hot and Treacherous. Blacksadance, he's third. Leaders back. Kingmaker's
Look at that,
fourth,
26.5 start.
No Shadow. Racing fifth, 3 back the over.
Now the race heats up
Leaders
3
back.
wide here.
Sailing up solo, 3 wide. Bondi
That's
Lockdown.
Bondi Lockdown.
Kingmakers in between. Runners I Cast No Shadow. Jammed away on the inside. Majestic Cruiser. Major Meister. Next is Big Wheels. And last on the inside.
This is an interesting race here. You got I Cast No Shadow 3 deep.
400 metres left to run. Turn It Up. Leading narrowly. Third quarter. 27.7.
Bondi Lockdown just didn't handle the speed when it went into record pace here. But I was expecting I Cast No Shadow to do more here. He pedalled as well. The Turn It Up goes for home here. Hot and Treacherous after him, but here comes Blacksadance from the inside to win. Look at I Cast No Shadow, he just pedalled into fourth. Bondi Lockdown, he bounced back after Bentley.
Blacksadance takes the Wondies, mate. Blacksadance has scored, beating home Turn It Up, Hot and Treacherous. Fourth, a photo. I Cast No Shadow.
So Bondi Lockdown doesn't really handle this trick. As you can see, he was gone when they went hard, and he flew home back for fourth. So maybe if he can get the lead, he might be a danger in these big races coming up.
Well, it's heating up in Queensland, with Alabar and Zeus heading to the US for some of the big races over there. We saw some great races over the weekend, and Alabar and Zeus have struggled in New Zealand, but let's hope when he moves to the US, he's a big chance. Let's have a look at my tips from the week. Each way, Studley Mark went down in a blaze of glory. No gate speed, and then got trapped behind horse going backwards, so no chance there. April in Paris had his chance and got absolutely outclassed. Running second to Millie Francis, so no good there. Sonny Maguire let us down. Montana DJ as well. There's quite a few that let us down this week. Jack Tower as well at Addington, only managed to run third, and Bella Button was just battling into fourth. But luckily Gloucester Park saved the day. Mighty Crocker got it done. The Moonlight Drive got it done for us, so bang bang there. Can't Find a Better Man got it done. Timson Trooper was flying home for third, so that was why Typhoon nearly snuck the victory, running second to Spirit of St. Louis, so that was a good run there. So not bad all in all. With the tips this week, 3 out of 9 for the best bets and 4 out of 9 for each way. Let's hope we do better this week. Redcliffe. Yes, Redcliffe Harness. Delilah Girl should be winning in race 6. I think she'll be winning that race. In race 7, Red Star Deal, I think, for Grant Dixon looks a good chance in each way bet there, with Queenslander and Aurora Joy the main dangers. Penrith, I'm going to go for Sophie to do it again. In race 3, I think she looks very good. When you get flying circles from that good draw, has to be a big chance against an outside fighter. In race 7 is my each way. And an interesting race. But Mitchell's Run for me, I think it's a good each way bet in that race. Cambridge on Thursday night. Gandalf for me is my best bet. I think he'll get it done. And race 4 and race 1, Alana could be a chance to step and lead. If she does that, she's a big chance. Best bets on Friday, Addington, Out of My Way in race 8, should lead and win. Dominator being a bit of an upsy chance here. And Ideal Stewartier, my each way in race 3. I think after the first run against the good horses, gets his chance to step and lead again. And if he does that, big chance with Katie Hawke and Winberg and watch some main dangers. Redcliffe, Arena's my each way bet. I think she's a chance to lead and gets a chance. And race 10, Nakula, I think will lead and win. Gloucester Park, Finvara should lead from the inside draw on the small field and win. And Cheetah Major race 1, it's a good place chance. Leap of Fame should be winning the Rising Sun even from the bad draw. I think it should be too good. Hammers Wolves my each way in race 4. And Menangle, I have South Coast Arden, my best bet, and Ed Mendes in race 6 is an each way prospect. Thank you for joining me on the Barry Charles Harness. We'll be back for another video shortly.